I'm finally fucking getting around to this. Holy shit! Who's good, Potatoes? Been the Leak here. Been a while since a video, but been even longer since a gaming video. Anyway, I'm here for a rapid review. Now, I've been watching and stockpiling movies, haven't really gotten to them, but you know, that's just the way it is. I've been spending so much time troubleshooting with my gaming stuff and trying to find the right way to go and do things so that I'm not going to be sitting here dying of boredom, maybe reading a book. Massive fucking book. Speaking of massive books, still happy that my sister let me borrow this. It's a good read. Using silica-based polymers in order to make basically liquid armor aside, we're here for some movie reviews. And I'm going to start off... Now, let me make this clear. This is not top 10. Each movie is going to be separately reviewed. We're starting off with Snatch. I love this movie. This was a whole new level of Fight Club meets Pulp Fiction. It's wacky, it's zany, it's fun as hell. It takes a lot of different sides. I definitely recommend watching this. This is walking away with 4 tails for me. I loved it, but then again, I'm a Brad Pitt fanboy. Like, Brad Pitt's the shit. It started with 7. There's so much going on in this film. All of it revolves kind of around this flawless diamond. There's illegal fighting, there's debts, there's all this different gang and mob activity going around, there's all these crazy hitmen, there's so many lovable and kooky characters. This movie is impossible not to enjoy in at least some aspect. The cinematography was a little bit off, it's an older movie, it's fun, there's a lot of twists, a lot of turns. This is definitely, good in my book. Snatch, check it out. Next up, American Gangster. Now, American Gangster, this, fucking shit. Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe have this nice little, like, good versus evil thing going on. Neither of them is, like, wholly good or wholly evil. But one is definitely the bad guy. You see this whole evolution starting off from, like, basically lackey to a crime boss. And also this, like, kind of, shitty street cop rising up through the ranks, creating his own, actually becoming a part of his own little separate department that doesn't have to deal with police business. This is a world of drugs, corruption, sex, money, and success. Probably the most respectable thing about this movie is showing that both sides can come together in some aspect and have a mutual respect for one another. So this one's getting 4 for me as well. Damn, we got some good movies. Now, the next one I'm a little biased with. Return of the Living Dead. Now, I don't like that most of the people that made this movie sucked Romero's dick. But this movie is also made by someone who shared the rights. This person actually inherited the Living Dead title after working with Romero on the first film, and, well, they handed it off to a pretty respectable director. It was perfectly executed. It was fun. It was creative. It took zombies in a different kind of light. It was fun. It's one of those cult classics that's more of a comedy than anything, and, props to these kind of underrated and out-of-nowhere actors that participate in this film with the elders that everyone fucking knows about, the ones. If you haven't seen this movie, I definitely recommend it, but since this is a cult film, and since I'm personally biased about this, I'm going to give it, it's also an older film. Talking zombies, asking about eating braids, can't die, typical stereotypes like deadly toxins, crappy music. This one's going to get... I'm going to give it 3 potatoes. I'm still being generous. Now, let's get to the meat. Let's get to the stuff that everyone loves. Let's get a little Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. Now, everyone loves, bank robberies going wrong, but what if the bank robbery is conducted by a homosexual in the 70s or 80s? That kind of takes the cake. Al Pacino kicked ass in this movie. I loved it. I loved the plot twist. I love just the chemistry of the characters in general. Like, you have the FBI thinking that they're all that. You have the police being, kind of unpredictable, being the bad guys. And then you have the bank robbers who are just chilling out. They're charismatic. They're fun. They're hilarious. The interactions between all the characters is just to die for. And then seeing the reality break down at the end of the film, what this really was, the situation. It was a very emotional ride. I'm going to give this one 3.5 potatoes. It has not aged well. Most modern viewers will not be interested in this. But this is still one that many people should check out. It's... Some people know this movie, some people don't. Some people have at least heard of it. But Al Pacino is the shit in this. I definitely recommend watching it. 1 second. So, hurt my hand earlier at work. And I had to take care of that real quick. Back to the reviews. Another classic on the list, is The Godfather. I finally watched this movie for the first time, and I fucking loved it. It's long, it's drawn out, and at the end of the day, you don't really know what happened. I heard something howl. 1 second. They're not going to start back up, are they? There were a lot of coyotes fighting. Just to be sure. Don't be starting shit. Oh. One-handed man firing guns in the dark. I'll drink to that. But yeah, no, you don't really know where The Godfather's going. It starts off at The Godfather's daughter's wedding. And everything kind of goes downhill from there. There's an attempted assassination. There's all sorts of things going on. And at the end of the day, everything's pretty fucked. I'm going to give this one 3 potatoes. Nice and middle ground. It's long. It's drawn out. Modern audiences won't really go crazy over this. You have to be a cinema fan. You have to know the title. You have to get into the world. Get invested with the characters. I love this movie. But I can see where people today wouldn't really appreciate it. And ending the list is one that I really fucking liked. I love this one. Goodfellas had me in a good fucking mood. Now, if I were to compare this to a modern film, Wolf of Wall Street, Ray Liotta and DiCaprio are pretty much the same character. The only difference it would be this one's mob-centric as opposed to stock fraud-centric. So, yeah, no, it's basically the same character arc. The characters are portrayed the same. Literally watch Wolf of Wall Street, you've seen Goodfellas. You can tell that the writer of Wolf of Wall Street and, potentially Caprio, like, even without, even without that, you can see a lot of correspondence between the way DiCaprio portrayed his character and the way Ray Liotta portrays his. These movies are a good, maybe a decade apart. Yeah. A little over it's been a while. I feel old now. But, these movies are, an entire goddamn generation apart. And you can literally put them side by side. This one, definitely 4 potatoes in my book. In fact, after watching this, I'm pretty convinced the reason DiCaprio didn't get an Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street is because Ray Liotta kicked ass in this, and they didn't want to go, well, if people succeed at doing one thing, then we have to have a common theme to give out these awards. It's an Oscar, not a fucking Emmy. Be generous. Anyway, how do you feel about any of these films? Have you seen them? Have you enjoyed them? Are you planning on watching them? Go ahead and post them in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep on, keep it on, and I wish I could upload my gaming stuff.